will be about 30 minutes, and the remaining time will be for Q&A. So please give a warm welcome to Meysam.
Thank you. Excuse me. Okay. Oops. Let me reshare my screen. Right there. Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. My name is Ehsan Mahmoudi, and I'm from edSPIRIT Notion Wave, and I'm really delighted to have you here. Today I'm going to talk to you about our current effort to upgrade the social learning in Open edX platform. And it is not being finished yet, but the ideas are there. Also, like a majority of the implementation have been also progressed. So all the feedback and your ideas are welcome here. So the idea that we have is to enhance and use social learning. What is social learning? Social learning or crowd learning, or sometimes referred as peer-to-peer learning, is the concept that tries to conceptualize learning in a social interaction between the learners, and it's considered to be one of the most powerful learning methodologies. I know that the base idea is that the physical presence and the physical social connection that is being made between the learners is going to help them to understand better. But the idea we have is to how we can leverage the same idea and improve what we have already in Open edX and take it to another level. So what are the current challenges that we have? First is the limited interactivity. While the Open edX is a robust learning platform, and it's really robust for content delivery, it lacks the comprehensive tools to facilitate the interactivity between the users and the learners. Also, in the same time, we have a fragmented learning experience. Users will learn somewhere, then start to have some sort of interaction with each other or with the instructor. And this fragmentation doesn't come into one place to help them to understand or fully benefit from the content that is provided to them. What we had before in Open edX was the most used one is the discussions or forum thing, which is coming from the early days of the internet, where forums started almost by the time of the internet, but what we have in Open edX have not been changed that much since from the concept of forum, whereas social interactions we know that have gone through multiples of generations, starting from, I don't know, Orkut, then becoming Facebook, then becoming WhatsApp and messengers. Lots of change has happened, but it looks like in Open edX we have not coming with the change that we have seen outside. So one part of the driver for us was to rethink this situation. Also, we have some sort of an application or plugin, Notes plugin. Recently, the Teams application have been released, and also the wiki was out there. So we felt the need for enhanced collaborative tools on Open edX platform to help the community learning and social learning, also diversify the learning modalities or diversify the curriculum that is provided by the user. So instead of having just one curriculum that is being presented to the learners, we, by the help of the co-learners or peers, we are able to provide extracurricular material to the learners to be able to understand and expand or elaborate on the concepts that are being learned. And at the end, facilitating the social learning, as I said. Before we go forward, it's good to have look at the categories of social platforms that are out there. So we started with forums that are kind of very outdated kind of communication tools. Someone comes in, asks a question, and others will answer. The forum also have been gone through some sort of new generations as well. For example, we have seen something like stack exchanges that at least show some sort of interaction. People will select what solution is providing to them, or upvote or downvote the solutions. We do not have that in Open edX. The second categories of social platforms are like messengers, WhatsApp, Telegram, and these sort of applications that are very quick to communicate, but are really hard to find structured content in them. Either you see it today, or if it is tomorrow, you will not be able to find the content that you were looking for, unless you have some sort of a good memory that scroll up and find what you were looking to. Also, in the same tone, we have team management, such as Slacks, Teams, Microsoft Teams, that kind of give us a ability to structure our conversations, but somehow are similar to the messengers. And at the end, we have the contents libraries, such as Wikimedia or, I don't know, wikis that we also have. What are the challenges with them, and what we want to solve here? First challenge is discovering content. If you're looking for a content, how you are going to find them. The structures such as wiki are very easy to find the content, because they have metadata. If you know what you are looking for, you do searching, or if they are structured by a tag or some sort of things, then you are able to discover the content. But they are not context relevant. If I'm a learner and I'm looking at the unit of the course, I myself should go and find relevant stuff in my wiki or whatever content library that we have. On the other hand, the context relevancy also lacks in the messengers, such as WhatsApp or Telegram, because at the time that you're talking about a content, you will get some sort of relevancy of actually time relevancy, because if you're coming in the same pace with the other learners, if you're talking about the unit that is presented today, it will be relevant. But the moment that someone goes out of the pace or is going to catch it up, these platforms are not going to help us that much. So the solution that we have is the concept that I want to present here. We call it study groups. The study groups are based on three pillars: the concept of groups, then annotations, and the content. So before I talk too much, I want to show you how it's gonna work. So first step is to have a concept of the study group. Study group is like any other groups that either we had as a teams or groups in, I don't know, WhatsApp messengers. So it's a bunch of users that they want to work together and build up what they want to do. So the idea is that any students to be able to create a group by providing a name and description. That's one part. One important part is that the groups can have parents. So we have a hierarchy of the groups together. This helps us to model the concept of the classes or cohorts or big cohorts of users. So one difference we have here is this hierarchical structure of groups that we are going to support in our application. And then you can upload a logo or something for your group. I'm going to seems again. Sorry, I don't know why I cannot. the seek of the, I hope it doesn't go, oh, okay. Okay, another aspect is the visibility of the groups. Groups could be private or only visible to members or public. So it gives the flexibility to the learners to define who is going to see the group or the contents that is shared in the group. Where are we? Okay. The next step is to invite others. Currently, we support multiple forms, either by knowing their emails. We know that Open edX is not publicly making emails available, but also the option of inviting by link is available, so users can join to the group by the links. Also, we have different roles available in the group. So let's go next. Oops. Why it's not going? Sorry. Just trying to find. Ah, there we go. Okay. The other aspect of it is the role management of the group. So with a simple set of roles with administration or editor or just a viewer, we are able to manage the levels of access to the study group, that is the bunch of users that are grouped together to realize the learning platform. Oops. Okay. So study groups are supposed to bring the enhanced engagement and also create a peer support network. Their main characteristics are, first of all, being hierarchical. It means each group can have some subgroups, and subgroups can have subgroups with any levels. With this model, we are able to model the classrooms, or multiple. Consider the scenario that, let's say, you have multiple schools, then schools can divide it into levels, and then levels can be divided into classes, and then classes. So gives the flexibility to model these sort of complexities in learning situation. Also, it allows delegated administration and access level management. So people can, for example, if you are owner of a top level group, you will have ownership capabilities on subgroups and subgroups. With this method, you are able to manage easily a large number of groups without a problem. So after the groups, the next pillar that we have to talk about is going to be annotation. So here comes the main difference I think we were looking for, which is mainly, instead of having a separate concept of groups and course, we tie them together through the concept of annotation. So if you want to make a posting or do something in the course, you need to select or annotate a part of the unit that you are working on. And based on that, you are able to, add extra posts to it or ask a question on it. And once you do that, also you have the ability to also add tags to your posts. And more important than that, you can attach other files to it. So either a PDF files or a video or anything could be attached to the post that you are making. Why this is important? Because it brings the context relevancy to the course. Instead of, as I said, to have different aspect to it, it's completely and very narrowly connected to the concept of the course that is being taught. Also, the other part is that once you make an annotation, it goes to the specific group. And if it is part of a specific group, then it's like a post that you can share it with the specific users that you are looking for. So for example, here you can see under this unit, I can see what posts others have made. It could be a video or anything else. Also, attachments are out there, so which brings the extracurricular material that we want to provide to our students. Also, you're able to filter by the group that is working on. Let me go here. Okay. Okay, so for example here, let me go further. Okay. Also the the normal capabilities of modern social networks, such as likes and dislikes and reactions, are available, as well as replying and mentioning users also available, which makes it much easier space to socially interact with the other students. I'm going to. Okay. So, having a recap is like group management and content sharing first of all, are based on a hierarchical structure, and we have a role-based access control. We allow dynamic group formation for the users. It has a user-friendly interface, and it seamlessly integrates with the current Open edX setup. Also allows user-generated content to be shared with the users, and also discussion and feedbacks are also available. One thing that I think we believe that is differentiated from the normal situations that we have is that instead of each content that is being shared has two dimensions. First dimension is where it is shared, which is the dimension of the groups and the subgroups that we create. The second dimension is the context, what part of the course. And the idea is to have both links at this stage. As I said, the problem with the existing social structures is that they have just one of these links. Wikis have relationship just to the course part, and groups and discussions have relationship to the groups. Now the idea is to merge them together and one entity to be related to the both and benefit from the benefits of the both. So the highlights that we had is like we are providing a simple upload mechanism. It has the capabilities of the content moderation, and it integrates with existing structures of X-blocks in Open edX. Also, it supports likes and reactions, replies and comments, and mentioning and notifications as normal capabilities of a social platform. Also, recently, it's just a new thing that we also are working on, because currently we have access to the context, and the context is the annotation that the user makes. Also makes a good potential for the. Is it working? Yes. Makes a good potential to have some sort of AI assistance in the same time as well. So the concept of the chatbots or AI chatbots that we have seen before can also be injected to this collaborative learning and make it possible. So here the user is selecting or annotating one part of the course, and upon that annotation, some tools or AI capabilities come right after their fingertips. What else? Okay, I'm going this way. Can you, so for example, you can have like a chatbot agent that straight in the group can answer the questions or do something, ask a question, and you straight away share it to the group based on what you have. So it brings even further capabilities to us to provide a better experience even by AI to the user. Final tips. So what we have found is that we will have enhanced engagement and peer support by these study groups. We will have enrichment of learning experience and promote active participation. This was something that was discussed yesterday about the trends of e-learning in the previous yesterday's presentation. And also provide a superior communication and support network during the peers. Thank you very much. That was the, if there's any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Just to make sure that I got it right, so the study groups will always be within one course. So basically the groups are a subset of the course, or will they be
no, they will be general. They will
general.
They will be displayed there, yeah, but the connection is where then the posts that are made to those study groups are associated with the course units, not a general one. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is exactly that link that both the groups are independent, the courses are independent, and the posts are the connection between these two entities.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You mentioned student-generated content and then content moderation. How does that work?
Actually, as you saw, there are by moderation means something that is against the policies or something. I didn't mean the workflow of approval or something. It's more about if inappropriate content comes up, the different roles that we can define in each study group, they can moderate it. I mean, maximum is to hide it or delete it, not to something to change, go through a workflow.
Yeah, sorry, the sentence, I think I cut myself off there. I just meant it as in the minute students are sharing content that they themselves have generated or found.
No, I mean,
you know, there's then how do you moderate the content that way? So there's an accepting declining. Is that within the group?
No, at the moment we do not have the workflow of approval. At the moment, no. Okay, it's as I said, it's like something is inappropriate that the moderators will, I mean, remove it or something.
Okay, so there's a human being that's monitoring the groups that's then saying that's inappropriate and they remove it.
It depends on who have created the group. So
nothing automated.
No, nothing automated at the moment. I think.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a really interesting set of features. I was wondering about the approach to notifications. If there's sort of like, do you get emails that are sent out, or is there some sort of central inbox within? It's
central inbox on the top right corner to who have done something. We didn't go through the email part that much. It will be too much. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this might be my bias, but I'm curious about how it might integrate with mobile apps going forward.
Mm-hmm. We have not put it part of a mobile app yet, but we are working. To be honest with you, we have the annotation part had some sort of technical difficulty that we are trying to solve, but the social part have been fully implemented. So we are first rolling out the web, and then we will think about the mobile part.
Yeah, it makes sense. Would definitely be curious to talk about the mobile implementation once you get there.
Thank you. Yep, sure.
Hi. Not so much a question, just a comment. My name is Dirk. I'm from Peer-to-Peer University, so I'm obviously a big fan of the idea of peer learning, and I encourage you to pursue this. The interesting thing is So in our organization, we went from like a very similar model of courses and study groups, and then we started really focusing on study groups. And what ended up happening is we stopped not caring, but we kind of moved away from courses. We ended up much more focusing on, this is a group of people, like establish a shared goal, establish norms, navigate, like help them navigate that. And through that, we kind of ended up with, the course became less relevant. But that's just a comment.
That's a very nice thing. My question, may I ask you a question? Was it a bad thing from your perspective, or a good thing?
No, absolutely. And I think what's also interesting is that we went from online to in person, and that changed everything. It's a very different context when you can get people in a room together, compared to when you're trying to encourage people to be together online.
Yeah. First of all, I think I agree with you that social learning, by definition, should have some sort of a physical connection. But as I said, we try to grab those elements that could be made online and put it there, because
I think there's still a lot of value in that. So good work.
And the second part is, maybe this is a question that we have to pose in the birds of feather, if I'm not mistaken, is where is the concept of a course going to be relevant in, I don't know, 5 years? The way that we are looking to it, by the emergence of AI and these sort of things, is the concept of the course going to be just highlights, or learning objectives that people can find here and there to go through it? I don't know. It's
Since I'm holding the mic, I'll give you my opinion and our experience on that. And I think the thing is that you need some structure. It doesn't need to be a course. Like, we do a lot of work with people in libraries, and sometimes the resources are the resources that's available in a library. A funny thing actually happened in a project that we're doing in Uganda, where the people doing the course created the course and created the content. And when they were done, they discovered there's like a book in a library that covers exactly that topic. And it was a great way for them to discover access to resources that I've actually already had access to. But just to say, like, I think it's important to have structure. Something to guide people through a
Actually,
set of
I agree with you, but maybe the big part to be, every details to be part of the course, or the course outline to be outline of what needs to be learned, or main competencies or learning objectives to be out there, and then rest of it to be taken by, I don't know, peer students, AI, we don't know. We're done. I think we are 10 minutes early. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.